A busy morning on Fox 4 Morning News. I'm Chris Shaw.
And I'm Miriam Zamorano. We want to get right to the Collier County brush fire. It's been lighting up the night sky with fierce flames and billowing smoke. We have complete coverage from every angle.
These are just a few of the ways we're tracking the latest on this massive wildfire. You will be seeing our breaking news tracker looking for the latest flare-ups. You'll also see smoke billowing from a sky cam right there on Alligator Alley.
Now in the bottom left and bottom right, this is brand new video from overnight. One of the videos is something you'll see only here on Fox 4. It's drone footage directly over the fire. You can see a long line of flames burning against the dark sky. Now, at least 6,000 acres have been scorched from the fire so far, and it's only 30% contained.
Right now, several mandatory evacuations are in order, and multiple roads are closed, including a large part of I-75. 4 in your corners, Malcolm Johnson is live just off 75 with the latest. Malcolm, what do you see there?
Hey, good morning, Chris and Miriam. Right now, we are still reporting outside of the Collier County landfill, and we have been just trying to display for viewers what it's like out here. We are seeing a good amount of smoke. The smoke is hovering over Interstate 75, which is over both of my shoulders. We know that I-75 has been closed since yesterday. Crews decided to make that decision because of the amount of smoke that was hovering from the forest fires over at the Picayune State Park and just making its way and kind of just hovering right over Alligator Alley, portions of it at least, in between exit 80 and exit 105. But one thing that I do want to stress is the fact that the Florida Forestry Department has ruled out lightning as a cause of this fire. So at this point, we do know that it is man-made and it is an absolutely huge fire. In terms of size, we're now looking at more than 6,000 acres. It's only 30% contained at this point, and we can see that there has just been smoke rising throughout this area here within the state park. I actually got a chance to drive down some of these dirt roads here and look at different portions of Interstate 75 and Alligator Alley, and what I've seen is just scorched trees. I mean, right here you're seeing greenery, but if you go down just a mile or so, even just a quarter of a mile down the way, you can see a completely different scene because many of the trees have been burnt. The good news is we do know that there have been no injuries, but we have seen 2 homes destroyed, several cars destroyed, 3 barns destroyed, all as a result of this fire. We do know that schools are open this morning for Collier County. They will be operating on a normal schedule, but we still have I-75 shut down. Collier Boulevard, as Miriam has discussed, and Chris as well, has reopened. We're going to stay on top of this evolving situation here as we've continued to see spot fires arise right here, right outside of Interstate 75 here. But for now, I'm going to toss it back to you guys in the studio.
Okay, Malcolm, thank you very much. Again, monitoring that situation moment by moment. And also, crews tell us right now the fire is 30% contained, as you heard Malcolm say that. So what does that really mean? Well, the Florida Forest Service tells Fox 4 that number is basically an estimate. So they spray water on the fire. Crews are using bulldozers and other equipment to dig trenches around the fire to stop it from spreading. So picture those trenches around the fire. When they say it's 30% contained, the trenches are around about 30% of the fire. Now, we are expecting an update to that number later on this morning.
More than 120 firefighters are battling the fire. Crews from as far as Sarasota and Punta Gorda are also joining together to keep the fire from burning houses. These images from the Immokalee Fire Department showing crews on the front lines battling the flames by both air and on the ground. According to the Forestry Service, 14 bulldozers are on scene, along with 20 brush fire trucks, 16 engines, as well as a few planes and helicopters.
Okay, despite all of the brush fires that we're mentioning here, all schools in Collier County will be operating normally as scheduled this morning. We did get a message this morning from officials, and students are expected to be in class today. As you know, yesterday some were forced to evacuate Lely Elementary as a safety precaution because of heavy smoke. The flames themselves never actually threatened the school, but students and staff were moved to Calusa Park Elementary. And when it comes to evacuations, we've got a few things that safety advocates say you should consider to keep you and your family safe. Remember the 5 Ps. Make sure you gather all people and pets. Also, don't leave behind any important papers and prescriptions. Also, remember to take your pictures and your personal computer. And if you live in Collier County and you have questions related to the fire, Collier County Emergency Services has a hotline open. It's on your screen. It's 239-252-8444.
Okay, here's some important information as we move forward today. The Florida Forestry Service releasing their danger forecast for the day. They say Charlotte, Lee, and Glades counties are at a high risk for new brush fires today. Meanwhile, Collier and Hendry counties at a moderate risk. Again, these are only forecast and they can change throughout the day. And one of the challenges crews will face when fighting these fires are shifting winds. According to the latest release from the Forestry Service, that has also been a concern here. You can see on this map the two directions the fire has spread thanks to those shifting winds over the past 2 days, with breezes yesterday shifting the wildfire 6 miles closer to Naples.